Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today we're looking at my Italeri D-Day 80 years anniversary AS.51 Horsa Mark 1 with British Paratroops, which is kit number 1356, and this is a kit that is decaled up for Operation Tonga, which is the Pegasus Bridge Assault. But I've decided to build this for the anniversary of Operation Market Garden, which is coming up on the 17th of September. Whether or not I've managed to finish this in time, I kind of don't think so. But the DAKOTA that we've also built should be done maybe tomorrow, so we'll release that one on the anniversary, and this one maybe a couple of days later, because I've got to go to work and I do 12-hour nights, so I don't really have an awful lot of time in the day. So we'll have a look at the aircraft as I have managed to get so far. The build of it was pretty okay. We did have a couple of issues with some of the seams when we put it together. We have used a little bit of plastic putty by Vallejo and a little bit of elbow grease with our sanding sticks, etc, etc. But otherwise the instructions were they were quite simple to follow, but I think the main issue I had with this was the sprues themselves were not numbered, so you had to basically go on the numbers on the diagram and find them. It's a very minor complaint at the end of the day. It's just something that's basically, because this is quite an old kit that's been reboxed, the numbers aren't on the sprues and there's no way to attach them. So that's my only real complaint. The fit issues, well, I mean, that's potentially just a little bit of me being a bit of a muppet who makes models badly at the end of the day. So we'll have a look at the painting as I've got so far. The underside has been done in this Tamiya XF black, I think, and that's come out quite well. A lot of the sort of repair work that we did on the seams is quite nicely covered, so I'm quite happy with that. I've got a couple of little marks here where I've had it resting on a box, but whatever. Obviously we need to put some gloss varnish on this before we put our decals on. Just haven't got round to that. I've got a few scratches on here where it's been on this spinny thing as well. Never mind. We might put some silver detail on the suspension struts and this front-facing undercarriage part. I haven't actually put the cockpit windshield in as yet, but we've got that sort of first fix painted, so we'll be playing around with that over the next couple of days. All of our portholes have been, I think, quite successfully covered using Humber Masco. It's kind of the first time I've used this on multiple small windows, so it's going to be a bit of a hit and hope, and we'll just see how it comes out, because it's kind of a new process for me. We've got a couple of marks on here. I'm quite happy with how the camouflage turned out. I didn't really try to match it with the supplied camo markings, mainly because I was kind of limited for time and I just basically made my own up. Unfortunately, I have got some areas where I haven't quite applied, or I didn't put the black line maybe as far up as I could have done, but I was trying to match it to how it was supposed to be. So I've got a little bit of touching up to do here, a little bit here, and a little bit on this back surface, and this line here needs sort of straightening up as well, where my masking tape must have been sort of cack-handed. Another kind of little issue that I had when building it, I've just remembered, was with the doors. The doors kind of was supposed to be free floating, and I didn't want to get a load of glue all over the place, so I kind of jerry-rigged it with some of this polystyrene evergreen scale models strip, and kind of put some bars across here so as I could just rest the door on, which kind of worked out okay. There's a little bit of gapping issue, but I'm not really that bothered about that, to be quite honest with you. The paint we used was the same as the sit down. That'll do. The primer we used was the same as the DAKOTA, which was this Army Primer aerosol ash grey, which I've been using these aerosols in various colours since I started kit building, and they seem to go on quite nicely. They're not the cheapest, obviously, but them's the breaks. The colours that were recommended for this were Flat Dark Earth, FS34079, which is a colour that I don't actually have, and this colour didn't translate to an actual Tamiya product. So I went with this Red Brown 2XF90, which I think has come out okay, and I think it's kind of about right. I mean, maybe this looks a bit paler, but you can't really go off the colours on the boxes at the end of the day. I was kind of interested to know that the Flat Dark Green, which is FS34079, actually translated in Tamiya to this XF13 JA Green, which is Japanese Army Green. Kind of weird, but that's the newest colour apparently. So British aircraft were flying around with Japanese Army Green. Cool. Like I said previously, we went with the XF1 flat black for the undersurfaces. Our wheels, which need a little bit of attention, because we've only done like a first sort of paint on those, so we need a bit of touching up. They've been done in rubber black and a bit of flat aluminium, which I might apply a bit. Oh, it's trying to take off. Cool. Which which we'll put on later. We used Vallejo plastic putty, obviously, for where we had some issues with seams. Here we have our decal sheet, which is, like I said, it's set up for D-Day Pegasus Bridge with the various glider identification numbers here. So again, I'm just using the kit that I've got to hand to sort of commemorate Operation Market Garden. It comes with a bunch of paratroopers, obviously. I'm not going to be doing those. I haven't really tried to do any 172 figures as yet, and to be quite frankly, I just haven't got the time. And it also comes with 2 pilot standing figures as well, which are quite cool. These are quite nicely detailed, actually. I quite like these. But obviously, we're not doing those either. And I think that's about all I've got to say. So please do have a look at a couple of other videos. Incidentally, there is a what's in the box and a previous build update for this and the Dakota if you want to check that out. There's plenty of what's in the box videos for other kits that I've amassed over the past 7 months, a huge mountain of them. We'll be doing a load more of those over the coming months and years. I'm going to be starting my big project at the end of the month, which is basically kind of why I've been buying so many kits. So that's going to be starting at the end of the month, and it will hopefully everything will sort of come together, and you'll figure out why I've been spending money with like a man with no arms or legs or whatever the saying is, and maybe we'll have some fun moving on in the future. So please do like and subscribe. Please do check out a few more of our videos, and be seeing you.